Next story is Dinosaur Adventures, Brachiosaurus, the Nosy Dinosaur, written by Catherine Veitch, illustrated by Louise Forshaw. Another very well-loved book. Millions of years ago, huge dinosaurs with very long necks feasted on forest leaves. Bobby the Brachiosaurus wasn't fully grown yet, but he still had a very long neck. Bobby's favorite thing to do was to use that long neck to be as nosy as possible. One day, Bobby was munching on leaves as usual when Possy the Brachiosaurus rushed by carrying some moss in her mouth. "What are you doing, Possy?" Bobby asked. But Possy had disappeared behind a bush, and because Bobby was so nosy, he stretched his long neck over to push the bush to see where Possy had gone. "Wah! Wah!" "Bobby, you've woken my babies," cried Possy. Bobby went back to munching leaves, but it wasn't long before he heard a loud snore coming from behind a rock. "Who's there?" Bobby asked, but no one answered. Bobby stretched his very long neck to peep behind the rock. He gently nudged a snoring dinosaur. "What are you doing?" grumbled a grumpy brachylopan called Ben. "I was fast asleep before you stuck your nose in. Go away." Bobby's day was not going well. He was feeling a bit sorry for himself when he saw a group of Yundosaurus playing tag. "That looks fun," thought Bobby. He set off after them. The Yundosaurus zipped through the forest. They were much smaller and speedier than Bobby. They leapt over logs, skidded round trees, and squeezed under branches until Bobby lost them. He stretched his long neck to look around. He was about to give up when he heard giggling coming from behind a clump of trees. What was so funny? Bobby needed to know. He used his long neck to push his head through the branches to get a better look. As Bobby's head and neck squeezed through, he saw the Yundosaurus throwing leaves at each other. Bobby laughed, and one of them spotted him. "Hey, what are you doing, Nosy?" cried Yasmina, the eldest Yundosaurus. Then, in the distance, there came a loud roar. "Megalosaurus, run!" shouted Yasmina. But Bobby's head and neck were stuck fast between the tree branches. "Help!" cried Bobby. "My head's stuck!" The Yundosaurus sped back to help. They climbed on top of each other until they made a tall tower. Then the littlest Yundosaurus pushed Bobby's head hard. But the Yundosaurus weren't strong enough to push Bobby out. Old Ben heard all the noise and came to help. "Let's try pulling Bobby out," he said. So the Yundosaurus and Ben all grabbed hold of Bobby's tail. 1, 2, 3, pull! All the dinosaurs pulled as hard as they could, but Bobby was still stuck fast. "Again!" yelled Ben, and he pulled so hard he toppled backwards. Luckily, the little Yundosaurus managed to scramble out of the way before being squashed. Suddenly, Possy arrived with her babies. "Help!" called Bobby. "I'm scared." Then Pablo, one of the Brachiosaurus babies, had an idea. He grabbed a big leaf and scrambled along Bobby's back. Carefully, Pablo crawled through the branches onto Bobby's head. "Be careful, Pablo!" cried Possy. The roars were getting louder and the Megalosaurus was getting closer. "I'm not sure how you can help with that leaf, little one," said Bobby. "I may be small, but wait and see," said Pablo. Then he tickled Bobby's nose with a leaf. Pablo wrapped his arms and legs tightly around Bobby's head. Tissue! Bobby sneezed so hard his head shot out from between the branches. He was free. It's good to be curious, said Ben as they escaped, but always check before poking your nose into things. And the Megalosaurus was something that Bobby did not want to find out about. The end.